All right, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Machak Wadash, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Just wanted to get into this topic. All right, starting off with this precept, Revelation 18, verse 4. All right, it says here, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. All right, going into the fate of America, but not just America, but really this age that we're in. Okay, now the reason, or the sort of like the reason why, or reason behind the video, all right, is basically, when you tell people about the destruction that's to come, when you tell people about the prophecies that are set to take place, especially with this whole tensions with Iran thing that was going crazy, people got all shook up and all of that. They they get scared, but then they look at you like, well, time out. You're saying all this, but you're not scared. You're not shook up. You're not concerned. All right. You look like you're content. You're calm with it. And that's because we don't plan on dying here in America. Now, of course, all right, the scriptures do talk about martyrs. You will have martyrs for this truth. All right. But for the most part, our mind, all right, and our lives, all right, spiritually don't end here. All right. They don't end in this world. This is Esau's world. All right. And it's going down. Okay. But we understand, all right, talking about the elect, all right, that life doesn't end here in this society. Life doesn't end in this age. Okay. When Yahweh Shai comes back, it's going to be the beginning. All right. The Lord said he has come that we might have life more abundantly. Okay. So that's going to be the beginning of our everlasting life. So we don't plan, all right, on this being the end of it. A lot of our people have accepted that in mind, thinking that this is it. This is what the Most High created life to be. You're born into captivity. All right. But they don't realize that, hold on, not everybody's living the same kind of life. Esau doesn't have to live this kind of life. It's only us. You're born into captivity. All right. And then you have to go to school. You have to go to college. You have to get a job, whether it's a 9-to-5 or whatever job it is. And you just work. You just work till you reach your old age, and then you retire. And then that's it. You die and you get buried, and that's it. That's not life. That's not how the Lord created us to be. All right. Nonetheless, like I just read here in Revelation 18, verse 4, what the Lord is going to call his elect. All right. And he's going to deliver them out. All right. Of the different parts of the world. Salaki, but primarily, all right, in Babylon. Okay. Primarily in America. All right. A lot of people are going to get what? The elect are going to get beamed up. All right. Come out of her, because why? Like her plagues going into what? Let me get that real quick. Salaki, let me see if I could just. All right. What was it? Zechariah. This shall be. I believe it's in Zechariah. Yep. It's Zechariah 14 and 12. So we're going to go into one of those plagues. All right. Really the ultimate plague. All right. This is Zechariah 14 verse 12. So it tells you in Revelation here, what? Come out of her, my people. All right. Talking about the elect, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. So let's go into the plague. Zechariah 14 verse 12. This shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. And what's going to cause? Yep, that's right, brother Terminator 2. They show that scene where the heat wave, all right, basically came and melted. The chick, I forgot her name, but it melted her, all right, while she was holding that fence. Okay, that's what's gonna happen, man, and that's one of those plagues. But the elect are gonna get delivered from that. See, so people think that if America goes to war with Iran, or if World War III pops off, or if there's a nuclear war or whatever, All right, that's just going to be the end of everybody, the end of the world. That's it. No. Okay, there is going to be a world or an age after this one, and that's going to be an everlasting age. That's where our mind is. That's where our ambition, that's where our spirit is at. Okay, so no, our lives don't end here with this kingdom. All right, we have way more to come. How the hell we gonna end life without even getting to live it? Nah, I'm not content with that. I don't want to wake up and do a 9 to 5 and die and that's it. No, hell no. That's not life. Why I got to be a slave when Esau is out here ruling? That no, so the time got to come where he gets to be a slave and we get to rule. We get to be in the authority seat for once. You know? Speaking in this lifetime, of course. All right, moving on. This is Matthew chapter 16 verse 28. Verily, verily I say unto you, there be some standing here which shall not taste of death till they have seen the Son of Man coming in his kingdom. All right. Now, the Lord told us, all right, over what, 2,000 years ago, which is why you have to have the understanding of the scriptures. The Most High has to open up your mind to these scriptures, or else you're not going to understand what this means. All right. Because here it says what? The Lord told them that there be some of you standing here which shall not taste of death till they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom. But Yahushua hasn't returned yet. However, those men that he said that to, they died. You know, ain't none of them live. They did not. And John, the Apostle John is not 2,000 and some change old years old, man. All right. Neither is Peter. Neither is James. No, they died. Okay. But what was the Lord talking about? He was talking about reincarnation. Okay. Re meaning again or back. All right. And incarnate in the flesh. Okay. So being back in the flesh. So the Lord was speaking to them, all right, about the future. All right. Telling them that some of them, all right, in the last days, all right, some of them are not going to die. Some of them are going to live to see Yahushua's return, which Paul actually spoke about that. Oh, man. Hopefully I can find it. Actually, we shall not all. Yep. 1 Corinthians 15, verse 51. Hold up. I might need to start up a little higher. Let me just start at 48. 1 Corinthians 15 and 48. As is the earthy, such are they also that are earthy. And as is the heavenly, such are they also that are heavenly. Example being the difference between us and angels. You know, we are earthy. All right, we have terrestrial bodies. The angels have celestial angelic bodies because what? They are heavenly. Just like when you die, all right, your spirit goes into a spiritual body, a heavenly body, all right, to dwell within that realm. Okay, it says, and as we have borne the image of the earthy, we shall also bear the image of the heavenly. Ooh. Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of the Most High, neither doth corruption inherit incorruption. Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep. What does he mean by sleep? To die. All right, but we shall all be changed. How do we prove that? Let me see, sleep. Oh, this is a perfect one. This is a beautiful one here. All right. Matter of fact, let me start at verse. I'll start at verse 1. All right. It says here, now a certain man. Now we're understanding because Paul said what? We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. So let's see what does he mean by sleep? Obviously, he's not talking about actually physically going to sleep. All right, but let's get the understanding on that. This is John chapter 11, verse 1. Now a certain man was sick, named Lazarus, of Bethany, the town of Mary and her sister Martha. It was that Mary which anointed the Lord with ointment and wiped his feet with her hair, whose brother Lazarus was sick. So it's letting you know that the one that Judas Iscariot is basically tight at, basically try to curse her out for washing or cleaning Yahushua's feet with that precious oil or perfume or that precious ointment with her hair. It says, therefore his sisters sent unto him, saying, Lord, behold, he whom thou lovest is sick. Talking about Lazarus. Lazarus. When Yahushua heard that, he said, this sickness is not unto death, but for the glory of the Most High, that the Son of Man, or Slakia, that the Son of God might be glorified thereby. So he's saying, just like the sick man, all right, what was it, the blind man or so, or the lame man, one of them, who he was lame from birth, but it wasn't because of any sins his parents committed or him, but so that at that very moment when he met Yahushua could heal him, all right, and in turn bring glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. So certain people are put in certain positions not because of them, but to the glory of the Lord. Hey, like Job, the Lord had Satan plague Job because of a bet that he had made with Job. Okay, so it says, now Yahushua loved Martha and her sister and Lazarus. When he had heard therefore that he was sick, he abode 2 days still in the same place where he was. Then after that saith he to his disciples, let us go into Judea again. His disciples say unto him, Master, the Jews of late sought to stone thee, and goest thou thither again? And I mean, you can't blame them. At the end of the day, that's Jake, But Yahushua already understood why he was saying that they should go back into Judea. Yahushua answered, are there not 12 hours in the day? If any man walk in the day, he stumbleth not, because he seeth the light of this world. But if man walk in the night, he stumbleth, because there is no light in him. These things said he, and after that he saith unto them, our friend Lazarus sleepeth. Oh, our friend Lazarus, what? Sleepeth. But I go that I may awake him out of sleep. Now, you telling me that if this was talking about physical, regular sleeping, you telling me Lazarus was sleeping that deep that it took Yahushua to go there to wake him up? His sisters couldn't wake him up? What kind of dreams must he have been having? But obviously the sleep is not talking about it's not talking about physical sleep, taking a nap, but death. And his disciples, guess what? They're gonna get carnal because they thought he was talking about regular sleep. So it says here, then said his disciples, Lord, if he sleep, he shall if he sleep, he shall do well. So so they're thinking, well, you said the man is sick. So if you're sick, one of the best medicines is rest. So if he sleep, he say he's asleep. If he sleeps, he's gonna be fine. But because it went over their head. Verse 13, howbeit Yahushua spake of his death. So why did Yahushua say he sleepeth? But yet he was speaking about his what? His death. So when he told his disciples Lazarus sleepeth, he was saying that what? Lazarus is dead. Okay. But they thought that he had spoken of taking of rest in sleep. See? So I'm gonna finish here. All right, but when Paul said what? We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. Paul was referring on to what? Death. Saying we're not all gonna die, okay? But we will all be changed, because when Yahushua, which I'm gonna go into that word changed, but when Yahushua comes, we're gonna get new bodies, man. Okay, we're gonna be changed. All right, we're going to be like him, as it tells you in the book of John. We don't know what we're going to be like, but when he appears, we're going to be like him. All right, so back in John 11 and 13, howbeit Yahushua spoke of his death, but they thought that he had spoken of taking of rest and sleep. Then saith Yahushua unto them plainly, Lazarus is dead. All right, and then, he goes there, and then through the spirit and power of his father, or our father, Yahweh, all right, Yahushua brought Lazarus back to life. Okay, but now we got the understanding that what? When Paul said we shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed, he's referring on to what? Death. You're gonna have martyrs, but not all of us are gonna die. Like Yahushua said here in Matthew 16 and 28. There shall be some standing here which shall not taste of death. Okay. So there's some of us that are going to physically witness Yahushua return with the chariots. Okay. Which this world calls so-called UFOs. All right. But those are really the chariots of or the vehicles, all right, of the angels and of the Lord. Okay. And this is why the scriptures tell you have to read it precept upon precept, here a little, there a little. Because if you don't go into these precepts, you're not going to get the understanding, all right, of words of the scriptures. Now, I said I was going to go into this word changed, all right, so we can see what it is. What's that? The Greek alasso? Okay.
Strong's G 236. Alasso. Alasso.
Alasso, changed. It says here to change, to exchange one thing for another, to transform, to make different, to change. Okay, so that's what's gonna happen, man. When the Lord comes back, all right, not all of us are gonna be dead, but we're all gonna be changed. All right, that's why Paul was talking about the incorruptible, all right, and the corruptible. Okay, the Lord is gonna change our bodies and give us immortal bodies. All right, and He's gonna renew our minds, change our minds, and make us perfect, going into that new covenant that the Lord said He was gonna have with us, where we're never gonna sin anymore. Why? Because He's gonna program us and write it in our minds. All right, never to go off. Okay, you're not gonna forget that it's the Sabbath. You know, none of that, man. We're gonna be made perfect, and for that to happen, we need to be changed and freed from these chains and these shackles of darkness, which is these fleshly bodies. All right. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. For this corruptible must put on incorruption. So, like we read, all right, the definition was what? To transform, okay, to exchange one thing for another. So the Lord is going to exchange this corruptible body for an incorruptible body. All right. And this mortal must put on immortality. Okay. How is that going to happen? By what? Our bodies being changed. So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. All right. So going into it, at the point where most people's story is gonna so-called end in this life, ours is not. We're gonna just carry on into the next world. All right, and the scriptures say that the dead in Yahushua shall rise first. Okay, so us who know this truth, the Lord willing of the elect, we're not gonna die. We're just gonna go right from this age into the next. Okay. So now let me get this here real quick. I had this last because it's pretty lengthy. All right, this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. It says, "Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face." So yeah, basically, like I was saying, all right, real quick, the thought just came to me. That's why we don't fear. That's why we don't plan on dying. That's why our lives don't end with this age or with this world, because this world passeth away. All right. But the Lord said His word does not pass away. And His word is what? Is within us. Therefore, we don't pass away. Okay. So the people who are in this world will die with this world. But being that we are not in this world, but of the world to come, we are going to survive through this into the next world. All right. So it's just going to be a next chapter for us, man. It's not going to be a whole new book, but it's just going to be a continuation of one that has already been started. All right. It says, "Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors." Because people don't see what we're doing as honorable. All right, they don't see what we're doing as a great work. Okay, but in that time, when the Lord approves, all right, and certifies, all right, and makes the things that we've been saying come to pass, then we can stand in great boldness before them, because then everybody's going to see it. It says, "When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of His salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for." And that's why they look at us like we have 5 heads when we speak about the destruction so calmly. Here it is. We're saying America is going to be destroyed because the Most High is going to destroy it. But they're looking at us like, but don't you live in America or wherever else you live? Okay, this world is going to be over, but you live in here. You know, because us being saved, us being delivered before the nuclear missiles melt this place is so far beyond all that they looked for. They don't consider that the Lord is going to send so-called UFOs to come deliver his elect. So that's not a possibility in their minds. But for us, we see it. So for us, we don't plan on being made one with this desert, Lord willing. Okay? And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. So they're going to be like, oh, shoot. You know? That's this guy, yo. I remember when he came with that Israelite stuff, and I wasn't even trying to hear that. I thought this guy was crazy. Oh, I went to school with that dude, man. Oh, that's my homeboy from blah blah. You're gonna understand, yo. We was talking all that ish about him. You know, we thought he was crazy. Guess what? Look where he's at now, and look where you're at. We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. And best believe when you have people walk by, when you're out there teaching and you have people walk by, in their minds, all right, majority of them are looking at you like you're crazy. They're looking at you like you're wasting your time. They might not say it, but in their minds, they're counting our life as what? Madness. All right. And they're counting our end to be without honor. They think we're just going to be, just going to die or waste our life, and nobody's really going to, we're just going to be looked at as those crazy dudes who wasted their time. It says, how is he numbered among the children of God, and his lot is among the saints? Because in their minds, they don't see us as men of the Lord. They see us as a bunch of dudes who are just on the corners. You know, when they think of holiness, they think of Catholic Church. They think of bald-headed pastors in a church. All right, but they don't think of prophets. All right, like as us. So they can't see how we're numbered among the children of God. They can't see how we are dear to the Lord. And that's because they have a misconception of the Most High. You know, therefore, if you don't understand or know the Lord, how are you going to know who his men are or who he likes, who he favors? All right. Therefore, have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness hath not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. So then everybody's going to know what the truth is, because it's going to be made manifest. All right, it's not going to be an argument or a debate. Oh, is it Islam, or is it Buddhism, or is it Christianity, or is it this? No. All those in those different beliefs are going to count themselves fools. All right, and they're going to say, oh, we were off. We were going way off. You know, because that's the truth. Clearly, we're not there. Okay. It says, we wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yea, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way, but as for the way of the Lord, we have not known it. All right, meaning that this is the last thing they want to do. They'd rather do things that they didn't even plan. All right, they do things that are way out there before they come in and follow the way of the Lord. Okay, so they wearied themselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. They wasted their time. All right, they all their energy. All right, and the time and the youth that they had, they used it on what? On wickedness, man. On things that are only going to lead to their destruction. Not the scriptures say righteousness delivereth from death. All right, and if you're not in this truth and you're not doing the will of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh, you're not being righteous. It doesn't matter how many gifts you give or how kind you so-called call yourself. Okay, it says, but as for the way of the Lord, we have not known it. And they're going to come to that realization. It says, what hath pride profited us? Or what good hath riches with our vaunting brought us? All right, let's look at the word vaunting. It says of a boastful nature. She expresses vaunting literary ambition. All right. So of a boastful nature, basically going back to what? Pride. Okay. It says all those things are passed away like a shadow, and as a post that hasted by. Because your shadow 1 second is there, all right, 1 second is not. You always got, for the most part, you got a shadow, all right, but it can only be seen when you're standing there and you have, oh, look, right now I see my shadow right here. When you have that reflection, okay, but it's just that, a shadow, man. Okay, it's not the real thing. So all the things that these people have acquired in their lifetime, in their world, all right, all the things they've wasted their life on is gonna amount to be what? Just like a shadow. All right. It says, as a post that hasted by, as a ship that passeth over the waves of water, which when it is gone by, the trace thereof cannot be found, neither the pathway of the Nile in the waves. See, because when a ship is going, as it's going through the ocean, it's cutting the water. The water is parting on the left and the right in front of the ship, and it's going around the ship. And then you'll see what? You'll see the ripples in the water. Okay, but let the ship keep traveling. If you were to pinpoint a specific part where the ship had passed, and you wait maybe 2 hours later, you wouldn't be able to tell that a ship had passed through there, because the water is going to come back just to the way it was. So everything that they've built and they've set up in this society is going to be taken away just like that you wouldn't even be able to tell that they had all those things that they had acquired in this place, man. Okay, because it's just going to be gone just like that. Okay, you put all your energy, you built a damn near 6-hour sandcastle, all right, and you had a tsunami that just came and just boom, took that joint away. Now it's gone. There's no point in you wasting 6 hours building a sandcastle, knowing damn well that there's a storm coming in the forecast. You got a tsunami coming in 4 hours, but you building a sandcastle that takes 6 hours to complete. That doesn't even make sense. That's a waste of your time. All right. You should really use that 4 hours to prepare for that tsunami. All right. It says, or as when a bird hath flown through the air, there is no token of her way to be found. You can't, if you see birds flying in the air, you can't track the birds' traces in the air. Like if somebody was to walk in mud and you see their footprints, yeah, you can't do that in the air. You can't say, oh, well, the bird passed here, so if I go back and look here, I could see, at what angle it passed. No. Okay. So all the things you're acquiring in this society, once it's gone, you're not going to be able to come back and trace that. The Lord says He's going to make this place a desert. All right. It says, there ain't going to be no monuments for it, man. We're going to be the ones to tell the stories of how wicked this place was. The Lord has His angels taking record of all these different things. But for this place to be like, you have places like the East, all right, where you have certain monuments and certain statues and certain symbols that are still there till now that the Lord has preserved. America is just gonna be that desert, man. Okay, it says but the light air being beaten with the stroke of her wings and parted with the violent noise and motion of them is passed through, and therein afterwards no sign where she went is to be found. Or like as when an arrow is shot at a mark, it parteth the air, which immediately cometh together again, so that a man cannot know where it went through. Yeah, you can't use a GPS to track the path of an arrow and which way it took. When you have like a football, and then you throw a football, see the way the football is designed to cut through air. That's why you have the seams. Okay, the same thing with a baseball. Okay, it's designed to cut through the air as it travels, but like the scriptures say, the air comes right back together, man. So you can't tell. Okay, it says, even so we in like manner, as soon as we were born, began to draw to our end and had no sign of virtue to show, but were consumed in our own wickedness. All right. I'll probably finish at verse 16. It says, for the hope of the ungodly is like dust that is blown away with the wind. So it's worthless. Like a thin froth that is driven away with the storm, like as the smoke which is dispersed here and there with a tempest, and passeth away as the remembrance of a guest that tarrieth but a day. But the righteous live forevermore. Their reward also is with the Lord, and the care of them is with the Most High. See? So what we're doing now is going to last forever. That's why we sacrifice the things in this world, because that's temporary. It's going to be done away with just like that. Okay? But what we're doing now, this ministry, this work, this truth is going to last forever. It's going to gain you an immortal name. Okay? Yeah, that's a good topic, immortal name. Verse 16, therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom and a beautiful crown from the Lord's hand. That's in Second Esdras. Was that the second chapter? All right, where Ezra saw the Lord putting crowns upon the elect's head. All right, it says, for with his right hand shall he cover them, and with his arm shall he protect them. Okay, so yeah, like I said, I'm going to stop it right here. All right, but yeah, man, just going into that, this is why we have that mindset, all right, to be able to tell, okay, that look, we know being spiritually, our ambition is out of this world. You know, people ask you what you want to be. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Not here. All right. You know, in your mind, you like, I'm trying to be Lord willing part of the elect. I'm trying to be living in the kingdom. I'm not trying to be here, but obviously they're not going to understand. The scriptures tell you, all right, don't cast your pearls to swine. So you're not going to sit there and, well, let me sit you down real quick. So the scriptures, when you go into it, the Lord said we kings. So we're going to have a kingdom that's coming. And that's really where I see myself. But America first has to be destroyed. Let me get Malachi 4. You ain't gonna sit somebody down and tell them that, because not everybody's gonna get it. Here it is. Your managers, you know, you at work and your manager's asking you, hey, so where do you see yourself in 10 years? He's probably trying to hear, oh, well, I'm trying to work my way up, probably also become a manager like you or something. He ain't trying to hear you sit down and go into Malachi 4th chapter and Ezekiel 37 and 38 and all that, talking about, you know, World War III and Jake rising up. They're not gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna look at you like, all right, man, you can get your stuff and you fired or something like that. You know, then they're gonna look at you as weird. Okay, so hey, moving in this world, man, we know that we're in the year of prophecy, as the Lord said. All right. I mean, well, yeah, really, the Lord said it through the apostle Tahar, coining this year, the year of prophecy, and Lord's will, all the prophecies come to pass. All right, but hey, we have to be patient, all right, and endure and watch, all right, for what the Lord has set for us, man. Okay, but yeah, just keeping in mind, man. Look, know who to talk to and who not to talk to, all right, and know how to move, man. Okay, but nonetheless, keep that hope of immortality in your mind, man. Okay, so I'm gonna end it here, Lord's willing. This is edifying unto the elect. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash. Until next time, Shalom.